Greetings. Just before we get things underway with this new episode, we just want to touch base on the last episode we did at Loch Ness. Now, as some of you may know, it garnered quite a bit of media attention. They took a sample of the video, and as some of you may know, we picked up at the 9.43 mark what sounded like the ghostly wailing sound of a creature. Now, what the media failed to do was include the actual sound in the video. So, you know, I don't know whether they did that deliberately to make us, you know, look like idiots or what, but if you go to the actual video and go to the 9.43 mark, you can definitely hear that sound. It's unmistakable. We did not drop it in, and it's got nothing to do with the equipment. So,
yeah. Like I say, Mark, I actually did on our Extreme Ghost Hunters Facebook page, a short reel, a minute reel. I put together a little bit documenting the fact, because we didn't hear this, did we?
We didn't hear it when we were filming.
We didn't hear it when we were filming. I actually didn't hear it when I edited and actually put the video up onto YouTube.
If we would have heard that, it would have been deafening, because it seemed to echo right across the loch when you watch the video.
Yeah.
So
we got it after the event.
Yep.
And then we thought, wow, this is incredible. So then that's what happened with the Frenzy of media.
Exactly.
You know. And it's there. It's on our Extreme Ghost Hunters Facebook page. If you, like Mark says, if you go onto the YouTube channel, Extreme Ghost Hunters YouTube channel, and what was it? It's what way through?
It's the 9.43 mark.
Yeah.
Mark asked the question: "Is there any other spirits here?" And that's when you hear the wailing sound.
Yeah.
I'm not saying what it is, but I'm just saying it's bizarre. I just cannot explain it.
Yeah.
And we've had quite a few people comment on it as well, agreeing the same.
Yeah. By the way, thank you for all the comments. We've had good and bad. We're thick-skinned. We can take the bad comments, and we really appreciate the good comments. So we really thank you for that.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah. Cheers. So I think we're gonna.
Let's get things underway.
Yeah.
I'm Mark HK.
And I'm Mark Dan.
And you're watching another episode of Extreme Ghost Hunters. Okay, today we're at a Viking King Standing Stone in just near the Monie Cemetery in Glen Urquhart. Now, there's no actual. It's supposedly the standing stone of Viking King Monie. Now, there's no historical evidence, but there is a fair bit of truth to it. What can you tell us about it, Mark?
Well, this Prince Monie, his father was like the king of Scandinavia.
Yeah.
And in the 10th century, they obviously from the 8th century onwards, Vikings were prolifically raping, pillaging, fighting, battles.
They did a fair amount. They did quite a lot of raids up here in the Highlands, didn't they?
Oh, just here, all the islands, you know, were like massive battles, and it's in sort of the historic structure of the whole of the islands and everything, and all the Highlands, and you know, it's part of the way that we are now in Scotland. Some of the, like the Shetlands and up in the islands, that they're still celebrating their Viking traditions, you know, from the past, and
absolutely.
Up here and all these sort of things. So the Vikings played a massive part in this area, and this particular one we're at is from Craig Monie. He basically had a battle with a lot of Scots in Drumnadrochit, which is the village, the Loch Ness village. The sort of legend is when he was with his sister, the princess, and with a lot of men, they came over from the sky over the mountains, which is not far away. They had this battle in Drumnadrochit. He got severely wounded, badly, and his men managed to carry him up to a cave just on the top here. And unfortunately, he died.
He didn't make it, did he?
He didn't make it.
No.
You know, he died.
And the original location of the stone was at that cave, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it got moved in 1871.
1871. So the grants. This where we are now is the driveway, and we'll we'll show you the view. There's a driveway going up to it used to be the Grant's Castle, and this castle was massive. There's nothing there now apart from footings.
Yeah.
But this castle was, they reckon, from the top of the tower you could see Loch Ness, which is about 8 miles away.
Yeah.
Now it's owned by the Grant clan, the Grant whiskey, the Grant clan. But they reckon that in 1871 he brought this down from the mountain as a sort of like, as you're coming up my driveway, look what I've got, a Viking stone.
Right.
Which wasn't a good move, I don't think.
No.
There's other legends. We've got another episode.
Basically moved, it's kind of sacrilege in a way, isn't it?
Exactly.
He's sort of moved, the stone from the end of the sacred site where he was killed.
Yeah.
And basically just to as like a, just to be like a boaster, more or less, as a prized possession. Yeah.
Exactly that. It was like, look. As soon as you come through his driveway, you'd be on your horse and car or whatever.
Yeah.
Horse and carriage, you would come along and you'd see this big stone. It'd be a talking point.
Yeah. Now
we're here to try and see whether there's any remnants from the Viking, from Prince Monie.
Any energy, whether it be negative or angry or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see what we can find.
It's going to be interesting because the setting, there's a lot of water burns about. There's the old trees. It's on its own. It's quiet. There's no one around.
No, it's a very secluded spot. It's desolate.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no one around for miles here.
Yeah.
So
and Vikings, like I said, we're in this area. We're on the footstep. We were stepping on ground where Vikings were, and this is what makes it feel quite,
Yeah.
And we're gonna have a little drink after for them as well, aren't we?
We are.
We are. So
let's go.
Let's go. Let's kick on and see what we get.
Absolutely. Okay, so we're at the stone. We've got the usual setup. We've got the bell. We've got Silas, and we'll see what energy we can pick up here. Maybe the bell will ring. Maybe Silas will move. Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah. So we get, like you see here, the normal. We've got Silas, and we're asking the Prince Monie, if you're in this area, we want you to knock over Silas
or ring the bell.
Ring the bell. Just do that for us,
Yep.
Show us you're here. We've got your stone here. I know you're probably not.
We mean no disrespect.
No disrespect. We can have a little drink if you later.
Yep. We're actually, well, sort of in honour of you, really.
Yeah, in honour of you.
Yeah.
And so we're going to put a little GoPro here, and we're going to be fixing on that while we do the other experiments.
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll get cracking on that.
Yep. Okay, we're just about to begin the first experiment with the dowsing rods. So here we go.
Right. We're at the stone. We're at where we think you are, Prince Monie. Can you give us a sign that you're here? Can you give us a sign? Can you move these rods if you're here? Can you give us a sign? Can you give us a sign if anyone is here? If any Viking past or who has been here in the past? No energy, we'll just move along a little bit.
So you get a bit closer to the stone and see
Let's
what
get
we can...
closer to the stone, yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes, like you say, if you get closer to an energy.
Yep.
So we're coming near to your stone now.
Are you angry, or have you got any... Are you any vindictiveness that your stone was moved from its original spot? Oh yes, here we go. Yes. Look at that. It's a propeller.
Look at that.
Wow. It's a propeller.
That's incredible.
Yep. So you're bitter that your stone was moved.
What's that? Is that the camera? Is that this one?
Sounds like it, yeah.
Or was it the other one? Look at this going round.
Yes. Wow.
Just when we said that, it looks like my GoPro's gone off as well.
Wow.
On the other one.
Yep. So we're picking up some vibes here for sure.
So my GoPro just went off on the other one, and this is still going, yeah.
And this is still going haywire.
And I can. Do you know something?
And now the other one's at it. Look at it.
I can actually feel. This is the first time I can feel the pressure.
Yep.
Going through these rods.
Wow.
I have never felt that before.
Yep.
Like a. It feels pressure because, like, these are on barrels, so I can't physically turn these rods. You see what I mean? Look at that. They're pointing.
Wow.
We're actually up in the mountains where
they originally stood.
Where
the stone originally stood.
So are you trying to tell us you want this stone should be up where?
Back in its rightful place.
Back in its rightful place.
Wow. Wow.
That's incredible.
That is.
That.
You know what? We had nothing until we asked that question.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yep.
So, were you mad at the Jameses? It was around 1871. Were you mad that they moved this stone down here? This, I'm not touching this, Mark.
No. No, your hands are still as.
My hands were still.
And you cannot move the rods because the rods are encased in the casing.
They're encased in a tube.
Yeah, in the tube. Yeah. So you cannot move them. No. So
you're angry at being this. I can just see it. I can feel it through the rods, Mark.
Yeah. Wow.
You know.
So, do you wish vengeance upon the family that moved your stone? Wow, and it's pointing into the direction it once stood.
Do you know something? And you did, didn't you? We're going to go over. We got another episode, which we're going to go over where there was a fatality.
Right.
And also the house burnt down not long after.
Yes.
So you did get you some vengeance, but not enough by the looks of it. Listen, we're going to leave this here. We thank you for answering some questions, and we're just going to do a few more experiments. But we know you're here, and we thank you very much for this.
Yep. Thank you.
That was great.
Wow.
We were just saying just then.
Yep.
When we just finished, the GoPro went off, didn't it, as well?
GoPro went off. We got nothing.
Yeah.
When we first started, we got nothing. But when we moved closer towards the stone, and we asked about it being moved, then that's when the activity really.
It's incredible. It's incredible.
Yeah, that's when it went haywire.
Let's do these other two experiments.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, for sure. See what we can get.
You know that did go off. That for some reason I don't know why it went off. It's on now. It's on, but I don't know why it clicked off. Crazy.
Wow.
That was great.
Yeah, that was.
Wasn't it?
Yeah. No, you know what? I thought we were going to get nothing, but until we asked that.
Do you know as well, Mark? I actually felt the rod.
Yeah, you were saying you felt the pressure.
I felt the pressure through the rod. So, we're doing a temperature around. It's been a warm day, isn't it, today, Mark?
It's been like, you know, one of the hottest days of this summer so far.
Yeah.
So.
We'll let this settle, but we have been getting around 20 degrees. So it's an average sort of 20. So we're just going to have a wander round. We're just wandering around, as you see. We've got our equipment around, but we've got our silage still there. Seeing if anything happens, but let's just have a wander around and see whether we get any different temperatures. 9.2, 9. You know, so very similar. I'm just doing a little round the outer. So as we're coming round in the sun, it's getting a little bit stronger. But let's go right to the rock. Let's go to the stone. Let's go to the stone a bit. 19.5, 19.4. So we've still got the same sort of temperature. Same temperature all around. Let's just try touching the stone now. Whoops, that went off there when I touched it. There you go.
Maybe try putting the stone on the inscribed date, the carved out date.
Yeah, we'll go around there. See that had the heat. It's the heat. Look at the temperature of that.
Wow.
Look at that. It's just going up. Look at that.
Whoa.
See that?
Yes, it is.
I've just put it on where the sun is on the stone. You can imagine because the rock will radiate. But this is where energy is from.
Yeah.
This is how all the energy happens, isn't it?
Yep. So maybe put it on the carved out 1871.
There's actually a date.
Yeah.
There's a date here.
Where the stone was moved.
1871. So let's put this on the. It's a bit hard to see. We've got 20. A bit harder to see there, but it's 22. It's definitely the heat. This stone creates a lot of energy. See the markings on the stone. It could be some like old Norse markings. And you see, but there's definitely the date, sort of 1871 when they moved it.
Yeah.
Let's just go around. I'm just going to go around to here, just in the shadow a little bit. this has been in the shadow, so it should be a bit cooler this side. And you see, yeah, about 20. Okay, so we're not getting any, we're getting difference which we expect, radiance on the stone from the sun and the heat, but nothing
really to shout about.
Nothing to shout out about. Nothing. Yeah. No massive call. But saying that, this side, it's amazing how the difference it went on that side, just in the sun from this side to you can just see the difference. Okay, great. So that's that.
Yep. Okay, so now we're going to do the experiment with the compass and see what we can get. You know, will it start flickering? Will it start, you know, jittering? Will it start going haywire? Let's find out.
Yeah. So we're going to move near the stone. I'm going to try and orientate where we are north. I always try and get north. So there's north.
Yep.
So we've orientated it on north. So let's just steadily go near to the stone and see whether we get any magnetic field or anything untowards. Still on north. I'm just having a quick look around. We're just walking around the stone, as you can see. I'm just walking around Mark's other side. We're just having a quick wander around and see whether we get any difference, any flickering, anything untowards. That's moving quite a lot there. Just quite a lot. I'd say quarter of a.
Yep.
Just there.
There is a bit of a breeze, folks, but it's quite sheltered. And like as we were saying before, this is a very secluded spot.
Yeah.
There's no traffic around for miles. This is like in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. So let's just move over here. So let's move over back. I'm just going to touch the stone with my elbow. So I've got it on my elbow touching, and let's just see. I'm pointing north.
What have we got?
And that's pretty steady.
Steady, yeah. Yep.
Okay. So we've got no temperature differences, no magnetic field differences, but again the rods.
Yeah, the rods went.
And the camera, there was an energy surge there, wasn't there? So
there certainly was. Yeah.
Okay, that's great.
Are you angry and bitter and wish vengeance upon the people that moved your stone from the sacred spot where you were killed? Do you feel that you've fulfilled your revenge and are now at peace? So how do you think we went, Mark, at this sacred spot of King Monie?
So, it was a good one, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah, the rods started going haywire, you know, after we asked. I didn't think we were going to get anything, to be honest with you.
No.
Until we walked right up to the stone and asked a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you said you felt the pressure in the rods as you were holding them.
I've never felt that pressure before. Yeah. It felt like it was squeezing from the rods outwards. That was just strange, you know, as if I've never felt that before. And I felt the pressure as we were turning as well, which is really. And when I asked that question, my GoPro went off, didn't it?
Shut off.
That time it shut off. We heard it.
Yep.
And there's nothing wrong with that GoPro. No. It's a brand new battery. We turned it on after we finished. Yep. It's still running now.
And yeah, it was just when we asked that question.
It turned straight off, didn't it?
Yeah, we definitely got a reaction of something.
We've had it on Silas. We don't know what's happened. Maybe a little movement of that. See what happens with that. The compass and
we didn't get much there, did we?
Not a great deal. No. A little temperature, which is interesting because we're looking at temperature changes. You can see the rock when it's been in the sun and things like that. Which have been good. The good thing, we did the slow-mo. We'll have the evidence after on that one.
Yeah, we'll see what that picks up.
When we were both doing that, we both heard a footstep, didn't we?
Yeah, it's sort of like a footstep rubbing along in the dirt there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right next to us, a foot, and I said to you, did you hear that? That'd be interesting to whoever get that.
Exactly.
So,
well, you know, we've got no movement from Silas. Again, the bell didn't ring, but we definitely, you know, we picked up some activity.
Yeah.
I think. But anyway, to honour the occasion and to honour King Monie, we've got some Viking mead here, and we're just going to basically have a bit of a toast.
And as you know, Viking mead, they made it with honey.
Yep.
It was a massive drink in the time. They added flavours to it. I think this one's got cherry in.
Yep.
So we're going to fire away.
Okay, skull.
Skull. And here's to Monie.
Yep.
Cheers.
And we'll see you next time on Extreme Ghost Hunters.
Take care. Brilliant.
Yeah.